SKU systems. What are they? Do you even need them?
Flip you.
Use a SKU system. Why wouldn't you? Even if you were like doing books and you had an alphabetical order, that's still a type of a SKU system without actually having to fill out the SKU system. But let's see. So my SKU system is pretty simple. This is like all shoes and hard goods. Maybe some media, I have CDs in there, but you get to just not clothes, I guess, pretty much. Are all just in these bins here on the wall, and they're just numbered. At my old house, I had some stuff in the basement and some stuff in the garage. That's why these were G bins, which then got moved into a storage unit and then moved into here. But going forward, I got rid of the G. We don't need it. So hard goods are just in regular numbers. There it is. C is for coats. And then I have hats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, I sell a lot of hats, or I list a lot of hats. I need to sell more. This rack that I had my phone on, that usually goes over there. These are all my plush bins. I believe they say like plush. Yeah, plush 1, 2, 3 on the sides. That's probably moving way too fast. I'm not good at this whole camera thing. And then S is for shorts. B is for button-ups. Down at the very bottom, I have a women's and a jersey bin. H is hoodies, really all sweatshirts. That's all that whole shelf. I need to get some more shelves. P is for pants. And then T is for t-shirts. I think that's about it. I have a couple random things, some bigger electronics sitting out right here that I need to organize a little bit better. I think that's it. So that's what works for me. Every once in a while, I will maybe have a typo, or if I finish one bin and I'm working into the next one, I'm still putting the old number, for a few items into the new one. So if I can't find something, I just look one bin back and look one bin forward and go from there. That usually does it. I've never had, I've had a couple times where there was no SKU, so I had to look through several bins to find it, but I've never been that far off when I do enter a SKU. And then I am constantly going through my inventory. So, for example, right now, this has been 13, so I have 14 and 15 in the garage that I'm working into. When I pull that bin out to work into it, I check and see, so like this one's full, obviously, so I just worked into this and filled this one up, got lots of nice, good pairs of shoes in there. But let's say if I pulled this one out, right, there's room in here for more stuff. There's room in there for some more stuff. I'm going to check and make sure that every item in here is listed. I don't necessarily recomp it, but I will, if I know I've had it for a while, I'll just lower the price a few dollars and go from there. But then I have these magnets. So each section has its own magnet. The color doesn't mean anything. I just need to know the next bin that I need to grab. If I fill those two bins and then I don't have any more hard goods, I'm not like, I'm not going to do hard goods for a while. Just put those bins back and don't grab the new one. I need to remember where I left off, and the next one I need to grab. So I have this magnet here. There's a magnet here on this one. Magnet here on this one. That just tells me the next bin to grab to check. So grab a bin. I'm double checking everything's listed. I think once I go through all of them once, and then my systems will be up to date. Again, I had an issue where I updated my shipping policies, so I converted a lot of listings to these new policies I made, because I had a lot of doubles, and then so I was just trying to clean it up. So I'm like, okay, put them all under this one and delete these ones I don't need. Well, those were linked through Vendu, so when I delisted and relisted through Vendu, it relisted on all the other platforms except for eBay. So I'm catching those and relisting those as I see them. I've had a few issues with double selling an item where it wasn't delisted, because I also, when I started using Vendu, I delisted and relisted through eBay, so that broke all those links. And then when I import it again, I double imported it. So those are getting cleaned up now. I haven't had a cannot find item in a bit. And then my clothes, I do not bag them up when I put them away. I do bag them up before I ship. It doesn't matter when you do it. It's the same amount of time. It's just where you want to put that time. If you want to put it when you're listing or when you're shipping, it's the same amount of time to put an item in a bag. I wasn't doing it because I kept getting questions about stuff, and I had to like pull it back out and remeasure it or measure things or take pictures or stuff like that. I've learned from those questions instead of complaining that people are asking me too many questions. I learned what the customer wants, and now I just answer those questions already. So I take pictures of certain measurements, and so people stop asking me those questions. For example, on eBay, I don't fill out all the item specifics. I just do what I have to do, and then if it is vintage, maybe I'll hit yes or like made in USA, and then the SKU number. On Depop and Poshmark, I was getting a lot of questions of what fabric is it, because on eBay I would just delete it out. I'm like, I don't know, I'm not checking the tag. I would just delete it. But now I take a picture of the tag where it says what the fabric is, and I make sure that's listed because people on Depop and Poshmark want to know what that is. And now they don't ask me anymore. So again, instead of complaining that the customer is asking questions, answer the questions and do it better so they will stop asking you. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. God bless. Peace.